Hello and welcome to Build. I'm Mike Kelton, and today I'm thrilled to be sitting down with the cast of Viceland's new show uncovering the ins, outs, and dips of New York's ballroom scene called My House. If you guys are watching the live stream from home, feel free to submit a question for any one of our cast members with a button that says Submit a Question. That's the one. I've got the cast here with me, but before we welcome them, we should take a look at a clip from the show. Enjoy.
Ballroom is helping me break barriers. I remember skipping school to know what the culture was about.
I didn't have no male role models. Ballroom filled that void of family.
My gender, my sexuality, my talent speaks for itself. I see myself as a household name, as a legend.
New York City, you wanted a ball, but for you to get the validation and the respect, you must walk.
Ballroom can knock you down. You have to stay on your A game.
They will chop you. Thank you, girl. Bye, Felicia.
What happened? What happened? Wait. Security! Just get him out of here.
Realness, spoken with a twist. These are the girls that go like this. Cameras, light, 1, 2, 3. I am the girl that comes from me. You can dream big in ballroom, but any bitch can be replaced. Anybody.
Viceland, you're getting this right.
So please join me in welcoming the cast of My House, Tati 007, Alex Mugler, and let's not forget our commentator, Precious Ebony. Welcome, everybody. So we were actually, we were back in the dressing room and having, like, honestly, the time of my life, like the best 20 minutes of my entire life. I'm really
you guys have to come backstage afterwards when we leave. So you can have
there's some
snacks on
Chipotle
us.
on the way. It's going to be fun. So I just wanted to say that I'm really excited and thrilled to be sitting down with you guys. I saw the first episode, and it's incredible. I'm already a very big fan, and I think the world is going to be huge fans of all of you. Before we get into the show, I would love to just educate the children real quick a little bit about the ballroom scene. Most people in the audience have probably seen Paris is Burning, right? Soft nods, yes.
Maybe.
So, but it's been over 20 years since that incredible film came out. And so tell us a little bit about the ballroom scene and how it's progressed since Paris is Burning.
You want to start?
Well, the ballroom scene originated, like I want to say, in the 80s. So it's a safe space for the LGBT youth and adults. It's where we come and, we celebrate, we get together, and we have fun.
Yeah, and to elaborate on that, the ballroom scene is a subculture which ultimately is an event which is called balls, that they have categories which are based around dance, drag genres, fashion, and also social classes for prizes and trophies. But to be completely honest, for me, the ballroom scene is a place of freedom for self-expression and creative and artistic ways through fashion and through dancing. And it's a community, you know what I mean? For me, growing up, I don't know, along the line, I kind of felt like I wasn't acknowledged or I wasn't seen a lot, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I found the ballroom, and it helped me find a voice. It helped me, become more powerful within myself or whatever. And yeah, it helped me sharpen my tool as an artist, as a dancer, as a choreographer, as a public figure, I would say.
So, and Precious, with this being a safe space, this is one of my favorite parts about the scene. How did you guys get involved with the ballroom scene?
Well, for me, I kind of got involved in ballroom. In high school, it was kind of like a very challenging area for me because I felt like me being plus size, me being a minority, me being different, I feel like doors were just slamming in my face consistently. And it was like, all I kept hearing was no, 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 no. And with ballroom was just like this pearly gate. And it was like, oh yeah, come in. There's tea on the table.
Like what you said earlier, you're Alice and you're stepping into Wonderland. That's how it is. If I could give you guys like
I
an
love that
analogy.
analogy. That's incredible.
Yeah, of course. And it's like when you come in, for me, it was just like, in a normal society in the world, everyone's like, oh, you're big, you're black, you're gay. In Ballroom and in our community, because our community is a community within the community, and it's a safe horizon for us because it's for us by us. And coming into the community, it was like, oh, you big? Bitch, you're black and you gay? They were like, yes, Miss Thing, come in.
Yes.
And and I'm like, the one thing I always get that everyone drops their jaw about is I'm Latin. So like everything is like,
Speak some Spanish for them.
yo soy dominicano y puertorriqueño. Yo hablo español
Sí.
and English. But I don't like telling people that because I like when the girls just, they sit there and they be like, oh, mira este gordita. And I be like, yeah, this gordita's paid, bitch. Sorry,
Yes.
see,
No, I mean, go
but
for it, honestly.
I like that it's very different. It's very diverse in a ballroom and very accepting.
So when you're an outsider, right, in any like community, when you're an outsider and you find this ballroom scene that really takes you in and makes you feel welcome, part of the family, what is that like? And what did that do for your spirits? Like once you got in there and you were like, no, I'm incredible. What did that do for yourself?
Oh my God. I felt like I was so ugly. I had braces, had like super bad acne. And then like coming into the ballroom scene, it ultimately taught me about inner beauty. Like not in a conventional way, but beauty like of the spirit and like of the soul. And now I'm an unstoppable bitch.
Yes! No, yeah, when you see, I mean, I think you all are unstoppable bitches, but I will say that.
But I'm the unstoppable bitch.
I will say the amount of like, the show is pretty spiritual. You talk about color and spirit and beauty and finding your inner light. There's a quote in the first episode that really like hit me, and it basically was like, it's not how you vogue, it's why you vogue. And I think that really like lends a hand to how beautiful this community is. And
Shout out to Deshaun. That was his quote.
That was his
Deshaun
quote.
Wesley.
Yeah.
That's my girl. What's up, bitch?
okay, so Tati, I want to talk a little bit about the houses. Definitely one of your, like part of your story in the show is that you are without a house, 007, a child without a home, free agent, and then what's so incredible, I of course will not give it away, but it's incredible to see you at the ball without a house and doing incredible. So what is it like? What has your journey been like leaving a house and being without a house? And I don't know if there's a follow-up, or maybe we should wait till the end of season 1 to see if you find a house. But what is that journey like for you?
Well, initially, I left my house because of personal reasons. But at the end of the day, that's still my family. I love them dearly.
Can I just say one thing? Yeah, she was in my house.
Oh,
She's
girl.
out, but we still girlfriends though.
The shade is real.
But now,
the shade of it all. But yeah, I was in the house of Miyake Mugler, but I left personal reasons. And I just felt like I had to come out to let the girls know very much that my name is solidified whether I'm in a house or not. So I just felt like that was important for me. But as far as houses in the scene, it's just like everyone's house experience is different. I came from more family-oriented houses, so that's something that really stuck with me. I came from the Kiki scene, the House of Juicy Couture. That's like my second family.
Would you just explain for people that don't know what the Kiki scene is?
Okay, so the Kiki scene is, I want to say to me, it's like the basics. It's where you learn the basics of voguing.
yeah, it's like college basketball, and then it's like pros.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a segment in the show where I kind of explain because I too came from the Kiki scene, and kind of like
I have to.
and kind of like pass my way through the main scene. So everyone knows about baseball, right? Or about basketball.
Not me.
Okay, well, everyone knows about let's say cooking.
I know about cooking.
Right, your mom lets you boil your egg first, right? She don't just let you make an omelet. She lets you boil your eggs, make noodles, all that stuff. The Kiki scene is like the prep stage. It's like, oh, you can boil your egg. Yeah, you can you make noodles. You can do that. But then going to the main ballroom scene, now you have to learn how to crack that egg, and you have to learn how to scramble that egg and make an omelet without burning it. And what I mean without burning it, I mean meaning an egg is an egg is a very solid but very delicate situation, right? So it's solid in the Kiki scene. You can be yourself. You can have fun. There's rooms for error. Going and transitioning to ballroom, main ballroom scene like 007, like Mugler, like Ebony, you come and you learn how to crack that egg. You learn how to break out of your shell. You learn how to find out who you are. Then after you crack that shell, you learn how to scramble it. You learn how to mix in with the community. You learn how to be one with the community. And what are you bringing into the community that makes that omelet? Then you put it in the frying pan. You get into that competition, compete, and you become a food, something everyone wants to eat up, right, and enjoy. That's the performance part. That's the energy, the personality. And it's like, it's not a big difference, but I will say this, there is a lot more fun still alive in the Kiki scene.
Yeah, the Kiki scene is less judgmental a bit because a lot of people take the ballroom scene, like the pros, very much more seriously than they do, like you would say, like college basketball. You know what I mean? So, and it's for like the younger youth. The Kiki scene, the age range is much more like lower than it is in like the real ballroom scene and like the main scene and the pros.
I also think, I want to say, Precious, that analogy with the egg was incredible. I want to clap it up for that analogy, right? That was
she made some eggs.
Because I said I don't know about baseball, and you made that up. That was phenomenal.
Yeah,
We'll get into why you're a commentator, why you're incredible at that. But I just want to say that was really, really good.
Mike, I'm sorry. Just you have to unbutton your shirt to be around us and to be
you gotta be relaxed.
Banji, you gotta unbutton.
You gotta take a couple buttons down.
Yes, honestly, yes.
Be a little with us, you have to
Unbutton.
See that? The little hair going on.
I am a Banji. Yes. And you're welcome at home. Thank you, Precious. Okay, so back to Tati. So now that we know what the Kiki scene is, you came up through the Kiki scene and then finding your house, talking a little bit about being a free agent at 007.
Yeah, so basically, from the Kiki scene, that's where I basically gained my, I want to say, technique and popularity and everything like that. And that's when I moved on to the mainstream. Mainstream is where I caught my big break, or everyone became familiar with me. So from there, it was just like, this is cute.
Wow.
What's good?
What's good?
So, watching the first episode, which we all see tonight, it's so incredible, and it's a great introduction to this world, and also tonight on Viceland at 10:30.
And every Wednesday moving forward.
Thank you. With these shows that have a big audience, there's always going to be people talking on social media. What is your plan? Are you nervous about this? There's a lot of ignorant people out there that are going to say things that you don't want, but there's going to be a lot of people that support you. I mean, I'll be retweeting and like trying. Yeah, I'll be loving. But what is your plan for social media with having the show diving into your lives on the air?
Bask in the ambiance. No, but I'm like super excited that this show is like gonna be on air because I feel like now we're starting to experience more diverse shows, especially like with the LGBTQ community. And I feel like it's important to have these shows so people can really get an insight on the situation and like the culture that's going on within the subculture. You know what I mean? It gives you like a different perspective and a different idea that you didn't have if you would have not seen it at all. So programs like this and like Pose is very important to like have so people can like, open their minds a bit and, get a better understanding of what we do and who we are.
So do you feel a sense of responsibility for like educating people on like the exposure in media I think is so important? Do you feel a sense of responsibility there?
I definitely feel like me being a person that has like recently became like a public figure with like social media, I definitely feel like there was like a big leap. It was like, okay, first we see what you're doing, and now it's like we're watching what you're doing. It's like I had people tell me like, oh, you have to be careful what you do on social media, and I'm like, why? And they're like, oh yeah, there's like 2.5 million people watching you, and I'm like, what? Like today, I woke up and I was like at 10 point something million views on one of my videos, and then I came here and like with all the trending about today and our show dropping, my video's at 12.3 million views, and I was like, what the fuck? Like another 2 million people watch this, but it just goes to show you that it's kind of influential how we're influencing people. Like people are watching, and even if negative, my mother always tell me one thing, and I will always live by this: don't worry when they talk, worry when they don't talk. So even if it's negative comments, and even if it's like positivity we live upon, you always have to learn what to feed into.
Yeah, and to like kind of piggyback on what Precious said, it's like when you get into the ballroom, you get like a bit of a limelight, and then you start to notice that things that you say and things that you do are being watched, and that it inspires and influences other. And especially with social media, like now I'm very like conscious of what I put on like my Instagram as far as like sharing like positive things and positive energy with the masses, just so that, like we elevate and I can inspire somebody from my community using social media, because it's like a really fucking big platform now. Like you can't take a shit without it being like shot on like somebody, a paparazzi or something, like if you're like a big star. You know what
Or
I'm
Trump
saying?
tweets solely from his toilet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, another
So it's like important, like what you say and what you do. So it's like you either take that and use it in a positive light as far as social media, or bitch, you get off social media.
Totally.
Another thing I've also like realized is that like sometimes people live through our lives. Like it's like sometimes people don't have a voice. Sometimes people are scared to, put on that heel or put on makeup or, Vogue. And, sometimes I've heard people just like, oh my God, Tati, oh, she Vogue. Oh my God, you met Alex. And I'm like, yes. And it influences me to keep doing what I'm doing, because I remember when people told me no. I remember when people didn't hear me, look at me. I remember when people didn't listen. So that's what keeps me pushing with social media.
I think that's a beautiful response to it, like spreading all that positivity and knowing that for like all the 3 comments that are confused and come from a place of ignorance, there will be a kid out there who sees what you're doing and feels inspired and is able to like set their spirit free. So I think that's beautiful. Alex, this question is for you. You've choreographed for Rihanna and other pop culture icons, which is incredible. The ballroom scene, the influence of the ballroom scene has been seen, whether credited or not, in pop culture for the past couple decades. Let's talk a little bit about like where you've seen influences from the ballroom scene, whether credited or not, because I think a lot of people need to be educated about where these things are seeing on TV and in music and in concerts.
In fashion, everywhere. Like I'll go to a fashion show and I'll watch it, and all of the music is from the Vogue community. You know what I'm saying? But they won't like actually pay a person to come and like play their set or whatever. Like even in the clubs, there are like a lot of DJs that reference their music from ballroom community. You know what I mean? But
so how do we fix that, right? Like, because I think the show is
we include them. This is how we change that. We include them. And this is what I tell with like the people that I work with. I'm like, because like even for instance, like this is kind of personal, but I'm still going to share it. Like even with like the Rihanna situation, like she wanted me to come to LA and like train her dancers to Vogue. And this is like one of the main reasons I love her, because she was open to the idea when I said like, no, like if you want this type of culture like influencing your tour, you need to have the real thing. So let me bring in the real people that really do this, instead of training people for like a week to do it. And that's what happens.
And that you made that happen.
Yeah.
Because you were confident enough to be like, here's the real deal. You need to bring
yeah,
in
and
if you want the reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Include us. If you want to use our culture, you know what I'm saying? Include us. You send us a check too. But include my coinisha. But like include us.
And that's what I think will be really powerful about the show, that the fact that it'll be on a national network, people will be able to see it, and they'll be like, oh, I recognize that. I recognize that dance move, that outfit. And I think now that there's context material for it, you can just send them a clip of the show and be like, hey, girl, you could tweet at them and be like, who made this? Which would be really cool.
There's a big difference between being on social media and then being on TV. And I think this is going to, like, escalate everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Even our community. So I'm, like, super excited. Like, you don't understand.
It's
I'm
really...
like so excited. This is like the evolution of like Paris is Burning and like the many things that they wanted those 20-something years back or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're actually kind of doing it and evolving in the culture and the dreams that they had. So, I mean, it's super exciting, and you guys better tune in.
Yeah. I think they will. I definitely will be. So there's a lot of love in this community, and it's a safe space for LGBTQ people. But also there's a lot of drama, and there's a lot of competition in this world.
Competition is thick.
It's thick.
Cattiness.
Cattiness.
Meow.
Ooh! I love it. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of what we have to look forward to in regards to like some of the drama, some of that on the show. Give us a little bit of the tea, please.
There's the thing I like about my house and Viceland is that they capture everything's raw. It's not like, oh, hold on, don't laugh. You know, let's get the camera. No, it was like, oh, you laugh. Oh, Precious, you're crying, and it's like, oh, Tati. Okay. Oh, wow. There's a hole in yours. Oh, okay. Well, you know, let's keep on. It captures
Where was
everything
the hole?
from the shade to the emotions to the competition to the scare. Like, a lot of people don't know because we come out and we were taught to put on that face and be like, all right, I'm here to win and I don't care what you say. But right before then, we might break down and be like, oh my God, like, I'm not ready. Because we go in front of a panel of people, and the worst thing to ever feel is to be judged. And it's like even in competition, when you go and you can be the best of your game, depending on who that panel is, you can walk away with a upgraded ego or a broken heart.
And it's all real. And everything on the show is completely real. So there's some moments you're maybe not looking forward to seeing on TV because they were such real moments.
I just want to let y'all know.
First episode, y'all see that.
Yeah, there's some shade. You gotta
got
watch.
crazy.
Listen, one thing I'm gonna tell you about the show, it's not all about what you see on the screen. Look beyond. You know, you gotta look in the background and all that. But
Oh God.
but what you gotta understand is like it be some like we're not shady. It's just, you know how you could be out with your best friend and your best friend might. How would y'all look at me if I came out here and it was just a little lopsided? Y'all would have been like, this big bitch showing her potential. But, you know, instead of saying that, Alex would be in the background looking at me like, But see,
actually, in the first episode, there is a moment where someone is in the background looking at the outfit of someone who just lost,
That's
and
me,
it is
guilty.
all look. It literally, I mean, it's literally like, it's like eyes down, shade, judgment.
No. It was, see, and that's what I don't want people to think. I don't want people to think it was shade. It was more like, what is she talking about, girl? Like, what just
Exactly.
happened?
That was me.
Oh, I remember.
And I was just like, what is she talking about? Like, I don't understand.
She was like, Ballroom slayed today, and I'm like, what?
She was being a bit judgmental in the moment, and I don't think she was conscious of that. I wasn't gonna be like, oh, bitch, you doing? No, don't. So I just was giving eyes.
I was just giving
Just giving eyes. And Tati, what did you?
I
you
wasn't
have some-
there. It just gave.
What?
No, I wasn't. It gave sore loser. I wasn't there. Not when that happened.
Oh no, she wasn't in the bathroom, but she was at the event.
Yeah, I
You were
was
at the event.
Yeah.
Tati, are there any moments that you are looking forward to or not looking forward to seeing of yourself on TV?
I mean, there's a lot of things I've shared, like, that I was just, like, so transparent about. So I'm just, like, happy to see those moments and just hope that, like, the younger community can take from that and just learn that, you know, everything that glitters isn't gold. And, you know, we all start off at a rough start, but, you know, it's how you play your cards that really determines your outcome. So that's really, like, important.
You have the epitomes up here. You have the epitome of Femme Queen performance. You have the epitome of Butch Queen Vogue Femme. You have the commentator of the century. Fuck a year. Fuck a century. We're trying to change things, you know?
No, I love it. And I'm completely honored to be sitting in front of royalty right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And everyone can see maybe my nipple. So thrilled.
Hey, and let me make this the last thing I'm gonna tell y'all. a little loose button. There's a big difference between Banji and Tangy. That's Banji. Tangy would have been what we was given backstage. It was open chest, everything. That would have been Tangy.
So she means like
Seriously,
Kent,
she always
Superman.
like, you shouldn't wear your shirt, and I was
Yeah,
like,
like,
I'll
it's-
think
you gotta
about
give
it.
A little, what? You see me. I was like, what's good? Like, I'm coming out here boobed out.
Okay. Okay, so before we get to us, I know we have some questions from the audience, and at home, if you're watching, if you have any questions, we're going to get to those in 1 second.
up?
But quickly, I wanted to say there's such beautiful vocab that starts in the ballroom scene and makes its way to pop culture that we've seen like now on commercials and stuff, but it all started there. So I just wanted to say a couple words I heard in the first episode that I might have known but might have not known, and our audience might not know. So it's a little like I say the word, you say the definition. Cool? Mm-hmm. Okay. Carry. To carry.
When you
overbearing.
going in.
Overbearing.
Going
When you
in for the
continuously
kill.
like for instance, I could be like, oh my God, I love your blue shoes and your pink shirt and your jacket. Oh, you look
Overbearing.
like that's carry. Like sis, you're carry.
Like, girl, you are
Oh,
carrying.
Overdoing
you,
it.
If you
it's
take
so
hot
good?
sauce on chicken and you like,
And you keep going.
sis, you carry. Like,
carry.
hold on.
Overdoing it.
Kind of like too
Overbearing.
much, right?
Yeah.
It's like you overloaded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right now,
Just
this
over.
weather's carry.
Yeah.
I agree. This
It's
weather
doing
is
the
very
most.
carry.
Yeah, it's carry.
It's carrying.
Weather's carry.
You just gotta
It's
be like,
just-
the weather's carry.
The weather's carry. I live. Okay. Legendary.
Legendary means like you're established in your field or whatever, and your community recognizes you. So you've won a lot of trophies, you've made a lot of moments, and yeah, you've mastered your category, and your community has recognized you.
Great. And last one that I just heard backstage that I'm obsessed with. You have to remind me. It's
Pay it.
pay it. Okay, you're gonna
Pay
live
it,
for
girl.
this.
Pay
okay,
it.
so what does pay it mean?
It's like,
It's like
Forget
pay it, no mind.
Forget it, girl. Pay it no mind.
But you don't say pay it, no mind. You just say pay it. So
for instance, me and Alex is walking down the block, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm trying to holler at this boy, but he's like, nah, and he keeps walking. I'm like, yo, but bae, like, bae, I need to.
and I'll say pay it.
And I'm gonna be like,
Pay
no,
it, girl.
sis, I
Pay it,
need
no
him. And
mind.
she's gonna be like, pay it. It's just,
Just pay it.
it's short for like pay it no mind, like, you know.
Yeah, it's very
I
much
love it.
short for pay
So
it, no mind.
we're gonna get to audience questions now, but before we finish this build, I want you to tell me to pay it at some point, okay? And I'll try and get us to a place where you'll be like, Mike, you gotta pay it. Or Mike, pay it, okay?
Pay it, girl.
Okay, pay it.
Mike, pay
okay.
it.
Pay it, girl.
So now we have some audience questions. We're super excited. This lovely lady in the back. Really? Already? Are you serious?
Pay it.
Hey, girl.
Precious, come on.
What's the tea, sis?
Okay, so your question.
So I'm a dancer, and I've been dancing since I was little, and it took me forever to figure out what my style was, where I was comfortable. How did you guys figure out what your style is and where you were comfortable in the ballroom scene?
For me, I think it was about experimenting, trying things. That's how you figure it out. Like, so my advice for you would be to, experiment, see what fits best for you, what you're more comfortable in, and where you're more good at. That answered your question.
My advice would probably just be like, see, everyone always, my mom is like she'd be like, oh my God, you're a big girl. My mom wants me to dress like really like long sleeve, ruffle. I like to dress a little slutty. So, but you see, within anybody, everyone's always gonna say, no, I don't think you should wear. You should do what you want to do, because within the moment, tomorrow, the next hour, your life can end, and I don't want you to regret, like, oh, I could have done this. Do whatever the hell you want to do, when you want to do it. If you want to dye your hair, if you want to cut it, if you want to wear one.
If you want to dance jazz or
Whatever.
like
Yeah.
contemporary, she talk about dye your hair. Girl, she a dancer. Hey, you want to pop lock?
Precious, pay it. Pay it, Precious. Pay it.
House, yeah.
Okay,
There we go, pay it.
Okay, another question.
Did we answer it for you? Okay, great.
Another question right down here.
Hey. I wanted to know more about the houses. How do you join a house? Is it like a sorority? Do you have to pledge process?
So basically, when you come in the scene, it's like you come as a 007 pretty much, and you go to these balls like maybe with your friends or whatever, and then the other houses, like all the houses will observe you or whatever. And then from there, them seeing you, perform or whatever, you can give them an offer like, I would like to join your house, or they can give you an offer. If you excel at the category that you do, usually they'll offer you, and you make your decision based on the house that you feel the most comfortable in, and the house that you feel like you can, I don't know, feel the most love and like inspiration and all of that good energy and all of that good stuff from. If that answers your question.
Great. I think we have time for one more question right in the back.
Hi. I was wondering if you guys were interested in like exploring other art forms, like exploring your creativity in other ways as well, and what those might be.
Oh my gosh, people are gonna laugh at me.
Why?
Okay, this is a Built exclusive. I really want to try. Oh my god, I don't think I'm ready to say it.
No, you gotta say
I think
it.
I want to try opera. Like I really love extending my diaphragm and like off the mic. I really have like a big voice. And my favorite thing.
You can obviously see.
My favorite thing to do when I wake up is like, oh, like, and I was like, I've been playing with my friends, but I really want to try opera.
Wait, that was good. Wasn't that good?
You guys.
I can't do it.
I think you should do opera.
Go ahead, girl.
You do opera.
I'm gonna do hip hop opera.
Yo.
Oh.
Yo.
Beyonce.
Shout outs to B. Who's
Shout out to
Be
Beyonce
cool
for
me,
this
girl.
hip-hop opera. Well, this was truly incredible. I'm very big fans of all of you, and I'm just...
Wait, pay it, girl. I
Wait,
ain't finished. I ain't say mine.
Pay
You
it?
gotta pay it.
Oh, okay, I'm
Yes,
gonna
let
pay
me
it.
get my
Go
pay
ahead.
it. Pay it. So no, for me, I don't know, being a dancer and like experience like so many cultures, like traveling worldwide. For me, I want to get into like sculpting and like visual art for me, because I feel like that's where I can take my creativity and expand it to the next level. You know? Yes, bitch. Like.
Yes.
Tatiana.
Tati.
I would say for me, since when I was in high school, I got accepted for vocal music. I would like to explore the avenue of like singing again.
Can I hear
That
some
was, like,
vocals?
that was my first, before.
Can I hear some vocals, or are you paying it?
I didn't have no tea today.
Okay, okay, so I'm gonna do this little outro, and then the way we're gonna go out is you're gonna sing a little bit, you're gonna pretend you're sculpting, you're gonna sing a little bit, and I'm gonna do a duck walk, okay?
Work
Okay.
it.
So I'm doing this outro, and then that's how we're gonna go out. I want to thank you all for joining me, and I want to thank everyone in
Thank
the
you
audience,
for
everyone
having
watching
us.
from home.
Thank
I'm Mike
you.
Kelton, and I've already seen the first episode, and trust me, you do not want to miss it. My House premieres tonight at 10:30 p.m. on Viceland, and that's correct. I want to thank the cast for being here, everyone watching from home, and our live studio audience, and I'll leave you with this. Here we go.